well get started. Well, good evening everybody, and welcome to PcShed. I'm Sergio, and today is a little bit different. Today we've got AJAtomica, who's came all the way from Hereford to join us tonight.
Hello.
It's been, what, how many years?
I couldn't tell you. I can't remember the last time we actually saw each other face to face.
Yeah, we used to work in the same hotel. I used to do days, used to do nights.
Nice.
Many years ago.
Night security.
I'm retired from catering, and so are you.
And I was retired from security.
Yeah.
I won't go into that, but...
That's a long story. But what's tonight about? Tonight, AJ, who normally streams through his own channel, AJAtomica, plug there for you. He streams through PS4. I think you've been nailing.
Mostly through PS4. I do stream PC now and then, but because the more popular games I tend to get on PS4, I can't stream PS4, so it makes sense to do so.
Yeah. Been doing a bit of a walk-through guide on Fallout 4.
Yep. Still got videos going up on that. I'll have probably plenty more videos going up on that because it's ongoing. It's
Bloody massive.
It's a massive game, so it's going to take forever to get through it.
But the main reason here tonight is he plays Black Ops 3 on the PS4, but never played it
on the PC.
On the PC. So tonight, my rig is at his disposal, and he's been tweaking his settings and
messing around against bots.
So I play just for fun. I don't play competitively.
I'm not really a competitive person. I like to try and
have
do
you
well
seen
if I
back
can.
your videos when you actually get shot?
I have.
Yeah, it's like, okay, road rage coming out.
I do it a little bit. I don't mean to. I do try not to. But yeah. So tonight he's going to mostly be playing, and I'll be keeping an eye on chat. So. And tweeting and God knows what, and we'll have a chat. Well, he'll be gaming with a headset, so you probably won't hear me. No.
So I'll talk away. So during the gameplay, you'll have two camera feeds, one for AJ, one for me. Plus, I will give you a bit of a heads up what's coming up and why I haven't been streaming for the last 2-3 weeks. A little bit more on that later on, but. There is also some news which I want to share with you. Quite exciting news. Can't really go into a lot of detail, but we'll cover that a little bit later on. So stick around. Time for stream? I've got no idea.
Time? I have no idea.
You're on holiday. I'm
Yeah.
always off on the weekends.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night.
Yeah.
So it could be an hour, it could be God knows what.
Well, what's the time now?
Probably, it's just going to have time.
So probably till, I'd say probably 2 hours?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Probably have a couple of breaks, but the advantage, he's doing the playing, so I can go and make a brew and whatever, so I'm all good. I'm all set. So
as long as I got the ciders on.
Yeah, I got ciders. I have to supply him with ciders and beers and God knows what. You know, he's from Hereford, so I have to get the Bulmers in. I have to get the Bulmers in.
I have to have the cider.
But I'll keep him fed and well watered. So cool. I'll let you crack on. We'll switch over to, hopefully this will be seamlessly.
You're hoping it'll be seamless?
Yeah, so you can see me, hello! And you can see him, hello! And there you go, so I'll check the sound out.
These headphones make it so you can hear everything.
So there you go. So make yourself comfortable.
Where is my cursor?
And of course, as promised.
Aha! Cheers.
No worries.
Right, let's get into a game. I have no idea how well I'm going to play. Absolutely no.
No? Well, we'll see. So you're playing multiplayer.
I've got double weapon XP.
You're playing under my name, but
Whoops.
you haven't got a profile on a PC because he's never played this on a PC. Maybe we can cross over for PS4 and PC together. But yeah, it should be interesting. Because I don't play competitively at all. I tend to play main campaigns. Just too much cheating around on multiplayer. But we'll see a bit of a masterclass on this with AJ.
Oh, I thought that was someone. So my eyes were like, I was like, is that someone right there?
Blame the cider. Blame the cider.
I'm not drunk enough to start blaming the cider yet.
Right. Okay.
Maybe another 2 or 3 pints.
Okay.
Oh, I got a double kill. There we go. I'll take one of those. Whoa! Knifer.
So I was just checking our feed, make sure everything's cool.
Well, we're on the losing team at the moment, but that could change at any point.
So that sounds good.
I'm stupid, I ain't gonna hang around that. Whoa, 2 of them. Some up there. Right this way. Getting there. Whoa! I see 2 people, it puts me off.
And it begins.
The rage. Headshot. Come on. Come through the window. Oh, no, he's not going. Oh, that was a bad idea. Seemed like such a good idea at the time. Hostile Wraith. Oh no. Where are you? I knew that would get me, but if I don't keep shooting at it. Oh wow. Got a teammate on that already. Not used to that.
Keep an eye on chat to make sure everything's alright. Let's get some Twitter feeds on the go. So again, if you have any questions about what's been going on, just let us know on chat. I'll do my best. So I am pretty much tonight playing the PA role tonight. But it should be fine. The sound was good anyway on the stream, so it's all dandy.
Should know better with a PC sniper. Even with turning up the graphics, you're still getting 120 frames.
And that's everything maxed out?
Yeah, that's everything maxed out.
I got to admit, it does look good though. It does look quite sharp.
It's I think it's topping out about 130.
1440p screen. So do you notice a big difference between 1080p and 1440p?
Other than it just being still the same sort of crispness, just larger.
Yeah.
Not really, no. I mean, I think it's because I've been gaming on 1440p a little bit already. But when you're going from a 1080p console to actual 1440p, there is obviously a major difference. So. Right. Nearly backed up. Didn't quite do good enough. Right, let's put red dot on that bad boy. Quick draw.
do. Focus on the KM44 for the moment. You get anyone in? Have we noticed?
I haven't got time to check.
Haven't noticed any comments appear on OBS, but I've been concentrating on the game.
That's alright. You concentrate on the game, I'll concentrate on anybody. We haven't advertised prior, so I've, like I said, I've not been streaming at all for like 2-3 weeks. So, but we're not having fun.
We had a lot of people in last time when I was on. They were saying that gameplay wasn't great, but the banter was amazing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about. I'm all about banter.
Yeah.
When it comes to multiple people chatting, I'm all about just throwing it out there.
I mean, some of the topics we're coming over like, what the hell? But I'll just go with the flow.
Well, yeah, I try and come up with like really random stuff just to either get.
There's a lot of talk about penises.
Yes. It happens. What's my ping gonna go to? It's gonna sell. Oh, it's staying around the 200s. Oops. Keep doing that. Oh, the 200 millisecond ping is real. I've noticed a small particle effects on PC.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I had like 3 or 4 teammates round there and nothing. Damn it. Yeah, I'm the only person running with a 100 millisecond ping.
Is that good or bad?
Bad.
Oh, sorry. I am using some of the bandwidth on the broadband for
That shouldn't really make a difference. I think it's mostly because of the moderate NAT type, but like I'll just power through it. Because I'm only here for one night, I'm not going to bother filling with the
and
rest
it's
of
not
settings.
affecting your stats because you're playing under my name. So,
Yeah.
so you're alright. I'll be surprising. Oh, this level 1 player seems to be quite good.
Yeah. So where's he coming from?
He hacker, he must be cheating.
Of course. If you're a good player, everyone just assumes hacking.
Yeah.
And I got owned by a shotgun. Whoa! I have to say the boost ability is easier to control on PC.
Yeah.
He wrenched me in the face. Look at this. Come on. No.
So Hazy3655 says hello. One of your friends, I believe.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello,
And,
Hazy.
Brian Honskis, friend of mine, he'll be online in 5, but unfortunately he doesn't have this game, so he might.
Ow. How you doing, Harry? How you doing? Nice to see you, nice.
Does it feel weird to have somebody else answer for you? Having your own private bitch to do the typing.
Oh well, I wouldn't say private bitch, but I try to get my wife to do it, but she hates it.
Really?
Yeah. She hates this sort of thing. She doesn't. She's not into any of it.
No.
She likes mobile phone games and stuff like that.
No.
Games on Facebook, but
But a jewel.
any hardcore games she doesn't like at all.
Oh, God. So, while he's kicking ass, give you a.
Kicking ass.
Well,
Hardly.
I'll try not to talk too loud because I do talk quite a lot. Why haven't I been streaming for the last 2-3 weeks? Well, the main reason is that on the 28th of December we started folding. And for those that don't know what folding is, I kind of covered it on the last Talk Tech part 3. Part 4 is all about folding. But folding is Stanford University does medical research by doing calculations of different proteins that can possibly lead to a cure for Alzheimer's, Huntington's, all different types of cancers. And what's special about that is that they have developed a software client which you can download directly to your PC and use your PC's hardware. So if you have a top spec PC, medium spec or low spec, doesn't matter, you can use that client and Stanford University will send you a work unit. Your PC will take a number of duration of time to do that work unit, and once you completed that work unit, it automatically sends the results to Stanford University server. In return, Stanford University awards you points on how quickly you can complete that work unit. Now, it depends on your specs of your PC. You can fold using your CPU or your graphics card or both. Now, to give you an understanding, when this started, CPU power was good in working out these work units. But because the generations of graphics cards has moved on so advanced, that GPU power now is like almost tenfold in comparison to CPU. So it's all about the number of cores that you have. So an average processor, I would say medium, is a quad core processor. If it's an Intel, it's got hyper-threading, so it's 8 cores. If it's an AMD, you can get a true 8-core processor, quad core, whatever you want to call it. GPU, otherwise, got hundreds of cores. So the top of the line graphics card by NVIDIA has got over 3,000 for the cores. 980 Ti's got 2,800, I think, and so on and so forward. So the more cores that you have, the quicker you can turn that work unit. There is, people have been folding for years, there's leagues, there's teams around the world, there's 1.8 million people right now as we speak folding and contributing to this project. We started exactly 35 days ago. Now we started with 1 machine and 2, and now I've got 3 servers that I got up and running today, and tomorrow probably a 4th server, and so it becomes quite addictive. So it's taken a lot of my time setting all this up, and the reason I set this up is because our YouTube channel is about random acts of kindness. We do all sorts, but I wanted to do something that was worthwhile. Now, I could donate money to charity, people do that, but because I love tech, I love computers, for those that have been following us, you know that we buy a lot of systems, we strip them for parts, we sell them on, we build systems for people, and what better way to utilize some old gear that I've acquired. I am a hoarder, I do hoard a lot, as AJ has seen. Probably the only second person that's been to my man cave, the PcShed itself, and
so much in there, so much.
There's a bit of an Aladdin's cave for tech, but because of that, I'm utilising some of those old parts and put them to good use. Now, an average person can use a PC and fold while doing what they need to do. Some people purposely built machines to fold 24 hours a day. Now, what I've done, I've got my main rig, which I use for everything, for gaming, for rendering, and that's folding 24 hours a day. I also have the X99 PC that I bought Christmas, which is still for sale, just a plug there, and that's folding 24 hours a day, and that is phenomenal. To give you an idea, one graphics card on a 4790K, say a decent graphics card like a 970 GTX, that will bring in per 24 hours about 250,000 to 300,000 points, or PPD, points per day. A 980 Ti will bring in around 500,000 to 600,000, depends on the types of work units you get allocated by Stanford Uni. And a Titan X will get between 600,000 to 700,000, again, depending on the work unit. Each work unit is slightly different, some takes an hour, some take days. It depends. You can't pick the ones that you want, you're allocated automatically. So there's two 980 Ti's now, and there's two Titan X's folding as we speak. Well, not now, because I can't pause them, because we are streaming and the noise is quite loud, because I've got the fans working full on. Dangers? Well, very simply, if you use your PC for gaming, your graphics card will peak at a certain points on different levels due to the detail and come down. When you're folding, your GPU, your graphics card, will be working 99.9% load all the time. So heat and cooling will be a major issue. Hence why the fan profiles, instead of leaving it automatic on auto, I put it to 100%. If you have a liquid cooled graphics card, like I have two Titans behind me, that's not a problem. That can fold happily at full load, and the temperature isn't even going to reach 48 degrees. And an overclocked Titan with almost 40%, we've increased the overclock on it. It was around 26%. I think standard is about 1000 megahertz, which Octopus to 1075 megahertz, and we actually overclocked that to 1400 megahertz plus. So yeah, you try and do that to an air-cooled Titan, ain't gonna do it. All right. The other thing is, if you want to fold just when you're browsing, you can do that. You've got a desktop client which allows you to pick graphics cards, CPU, one or the other or both, or there's a web browser client which just picks your CPU to fold small units, which takes anything between 10 and 15 minutes. Now you won't get as many points doing that, but it's a way to start if you've never done it before and you're not too sure. But if you go to folding at home, all the information is there. Download the client, it only takes 2 minutes. Setting it up, you can either set up identity as yourself, or you can join our team. Now our team is called PcShed TV, and we actually joined a team called Custom PC and BitTech. Now you might be wondering, why didn't you just set up a team just by yourself? Well, when it comes to folding and competitively folding, if you start a team and you don't have any people, you're going to find 1.8 million people folding. So it will be hard to climb up those stats. Now, part of a team, you have a group. So Custom PC's got over 9,585 members who at some point have folded for the team, and they are 8th in the world, soon to be 7th, because there's a Russian team ahead of us called TSC Russia, and we've been chasing them, and we increased our production, and we are actually going to be taking over them in about 4 weeks. at a current pace. So it's like a football league. You know, the more production we do, the higher we move up. We've moved up as a team PcShed TV from 9,585 position to 57th, and that's in 35 days. There's been people that have been folding for years due to their spec, maybe just using one PC. We are using now multiply purposely built folding machines 24/7. These will come at a price. I can't afford to build massive spec machines, hence why I'm using old sockets like 1366 for it. There will be on part 4 dedicated a 15-20 minute video in regards to the actual different machines that we're currently using. So there you are. That's the reason why I haven't been streaming or gaming. I've been gaming for 3 weeks. I think I've been on it twice. And it's taken a lot of my time. I've been going to computer fairs, selling some components, acquiring components, getting ready, and this weekend hopefully we'll have 4 servers up and running, ready to load them up with graphics cards. So that's the next mission, to get as many graphics cards as we can. We've got the base, we have the motherboards all ready, power supplies, processors. We are using the Xenon processors, which are server processors, and we are using a specific socket, and the processor we're using is the 5500 series and 5600 series quad and 6 core processors. And the reason we're using those, because they're cheap. We picked up 2 quad cores with hyper threading, so in essence 8 core processor, for £15 each, which is great value. And those being designed to work 24/7. They are server purposely made CPUs. The reason we want those is because we need as many cores as we can to load up graphic cards. So the machines are currently have 1 or 2 graphics cards in them each, and we want to put between 4 and 7, and that will be a bit of a mission. So there you go. How are we doing, AJ?
I went positive.
Quite positive. Well,
I went 12 and 8.
12 and 8.
12 kills, 8 deaths.
Right. Because Paul said, fuck me, it started off well, then went downhill. Oh well.
So you don't have that on console, that's what I miss about console, you can't type to people.
Yeah.
So you're in the middle of...
Nah, that's alright. I've done my spiel about folding, that's enough.
It's quite a good thing you're doing though with that. I mean, not a lot of people would be willing to you know, put that much PC
Power.
time, power and time into something. It's not just
and
power,
resources,
it's time.
because as like I said last year, a few things happened in my life that changed my perspective of what's important or not, and I actually had the 5 family members pass away in the last 6 years, and after those 5, 4 was due to some sort of cancer. So I can't do nothing about that. What I can do is contribute to a possible cure. You know, it's nice to be involved in something worthwhile, and at the same time, you get to meet some interesting people. I went to a computer fair called in Stock-on-Trent, which was organised by Wolverhampton Computers. I think it's Premier Computers. And while I was there, I was looking for bargains, as you do. I met a guy, and I think his name was Martin. He was looking for a small server, and we got talking, as you do, like-minded people, and he was there with his son, and he used to work for the NHS for about 10 years, and now he started his own business at home. And what he used to do in the NHS, he used to provide for people who had Alzheimer's aftercare with mobility, and he's looking into technology and how they can help enhance their lives, because it is a terrible disease, but he's now started doing his own business. I will put his details on the next video. I've gave me his business card, but a very, very positive guy. It's one of those, I tend to meet people who, or just off chance, are genuine people, and that is rare these days, because I thought, is he pulling my leg? But he wasn't, he pulled his business card, he's the real deal. So I said I'll give him a mention. I'll put his details in the next video and a link to his website as well. So he does offer his services for people who are suffering with all different mobility issues, and he's researching different technology to assist them, make their lives a little easier for those who are caring and for those who are being cared for. So yeah, weird. You know, you meet all sorts of people on. Just saw a kill cam.
I don't understand how I died in one melee beatdown there.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I also met a representative from Overclockers who were representing Overclockers UK, which is one of my favourite game store and computer parts store.
I love Overclockers. My favourite place to buy stuff.
Surprised to find out, while I was speaking with the guy that was there, a young guy, that their folding team actually don't have a specific person who's in charge. It's community led, so there's not a key person, because I thought probably Richard, who is addicted to overclockers now, everything's got to be from overclockers.
Because he wants to get sponsored by them.
He did a little bit of folding, and if you're listening to this, Richard, no, your computer's not going to go poof overnight just because he folded. Paranoid. Well, I would be paranoid if I spent that amount of money that he did on his PC. But I was asking, I've got a friend of mine might want to join the folding team, who is the main person? And they said, actually, we don't have a main person, it's community led now. I said, oh right, okay. So I had to look through the forums, and it's a very active forum. In comparison to Bitex's forum, I was a bit disappointed. Some of the threads on the forums are a little bit dated. I've been keeping chats with several people on so yeah, on BitTech forums, when it comes to folding forums, not a lot of activity. There's only like a group, which is a shame, because what I notice is there's over 9,500 people on the team, which all of them contributed at some point. But at this moment in time, as we speak, as today, there's only a few hundred that are actually folding consistently out of 9,500. And I think, I only started. There's people who've been doing it for years and donated a lot of their time and electricity to achieve those results. But I think a bit of a wake-up call, either by BitTech or Custom PC, a bit of urgency to get everybody back on it. I know there's no prizes, by the way. You don't get paid. You don't get any hardware given to you or anything like that. Not like EVGA that you fall for them and they give you EVGA money, which you can buy EVGA products, or Qcoin. You actually earn coins which you can exchange for currency. But this is not what it's all about. It's not for me. It isn't. Maybe it's for you. But it's one of those that I just thought they've got a team. They're like in the top 10 in the world, and there should be some sort of, a recap where we're at and where we're heading and what we need to achieve. Because the more people will get involved, the more people will fold, more points will be given out. But the main purpose is getting more units research. That's the main key. So yeah, Custom PC, if you're listening to this, especially Baspro, who's the admin for the Custom PC folding team. I think he's the admin or main person who I'm in contact with. Yeah, have a word. we need to put some sort of urgency or something. I don't know what. I don't have the solutions. There's like Nilia, who's number 1 on the team. He's been folding for years and donated like billions of points. Contributed to, be recognised for billions of points. And I think those people who consistently, every single day, been folding should have some sort of recognition or reward for it, because it's very easily to, if I was in their shoes, very easily to lose that passion. I'm absolutely addicted at the moment. My next goal, we're producing around 2.2 million points a day. 2 million. Soon 2.2. My goal is by the end of February to be at 3 million, and then by the end of March to be at 4 million. And by March, all I want to have is just simply 2 machines, both producing 2 million points. So that's the big picture anyway. There is another opportunity to make a purposely built folding rig, but using a 2011 socket with 2 E5 2660 CPUs, which is 8 cores, 16 threads, so a 32 thread server purpose built machine. Now the problem with that is the motherboards. It is absolutely stupidly expensive for those CPUs, especially the one that I'm looking at. You're talking anything between 350 to 450 pounds for a motherboard, and I just cannot afford that. So I am on the lookout. If anybody have any, bear with me, any.
You get messages from someone on Steam. I'm not catching them.
Oh, Steam. I don't know who's
Saw something about playing a game, but that was about it.
I do have a few people on Steam. They always want to play a game that I actually don't have. But if you're listening to this stream, we're sticking with Black Ops 3 at the moment. Who knows, maybe later on we'll change. But this is like the main purpose tonight. It's actually a pleasure watching somebody who actually knows how to play competitively. Because I am a crap player. I just play for fun. But it does get frustrating when you just get killed all the time because you're a crap player. Sensei Farouk says good game.
GG.
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 So,
GG, bro. Is anyone still watching?
Yeah, 3 people. I knew this would happen because I personally have a stream. I tend to advertise and promote the stream way during the week. So when it actually happens, we have a few people have did nothing on Facebook. Facebook is great. Facebook and especially the gaming groups which I'm part of. Thanks very much for your support over the last 8-9 weeks since I joined you, and it's been nice seeing some of the PC builds that you guys have been doing, and some of the pictures on Twitter have been phenomenal. Some great looking builds, a lot of time and effort. I know it takes a long time to get a PC looking like that. Myself, I build PC for performance more than looks, but to have both is superb. So credit to anybody. Also met somebody through work. Small world. Zach, give you a plug there, fella, who works a Bentley with me. I'm on a different team. We're on the seat team, and he's a PC gamer, more I think RPG gaming, and he's going to change a few bits on his PC. I think over the weekend he said he was going to strip his PC and give it a good hoovering, but he's looking at water cooling, so we've been having a bit of a discussion. What should he do? So what should he do? Water cooling, who's never done it before. Well, simple answer is a closed loop water cooler. Of course, H something. instead of going for the whole hogs if you've never done it before. But he's got a 47k with a gigabyte 970 GTX, which is one of my favourite cards. So my first 970 GTX was a gigabyte, and that overclocks like a beast, and the temperatures are dead cold as well on it. Because the heater on that, the heat sink dissipates the heat is phenomenal. So he's games at 1080p, loving graphics card. There's no need for a second one unless you're upgrading to 1440p. You know, it's like Rich's PC. He's got a 980 Ti by AJAtomica hybrid, water cooled, and he's using, I think it's 22 inches 1080p, which is total overkill. Well, you know, this is fairly quite good. 1440p, a 27 inch, with maxed out settings in graphical settings, and AJ is getting currently between, just over 100 frames a second.
It goes between 100 and 120.
Yeah,
goes up and down.
I can see, like, depending on which parts of the level, so it dips around 80 and then goes back up. So it's not too shabby for an air-cooled PC. Not bad for a foreign. But I got to admit, the game looks stunning. I'm not going to stand around. Do a bit of recording while we're live. So we're recording the stream. So I'm going to record the stream. So. Very intense look.
I do, I get in the zone a bit. Don't know if it's more of a zombified look.
Alright, let's see if I can get a zoom. There you go. 120 frames. Yeah. I do love my rig. I put a lot of time and effort. That motherboard that's in this rig is Asus Z97 Bullet Maximus, and that's actually got purposely built-in water cooling heat sinks for the actual board itself. But I don't use it because it's air cooled. It's my rendering machine, and just above, up there, the bedroom my mouse is, got a baby up there, so I don't want a lot of noise, so I don't make too much noise. But yeah, that is the face of a serious game. Cool.
No. You're not going to get me from that range with the shotgun. I should have turned around. Feels weird streaming and not really saying anything.
That's alright, you can talk away. I've done my plug on the folding and what's happening. I want to chat a little bit about Pascal.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, can't hear you with these things on.
Pascal?
What about it?
GPUs?
Oh, right.
Coming in mid-year by NVIDIA. It's a big hoo-ha. Then you got AMD Polaris.
I've not actually kept up to date with
any I have
tech.
been following. So, for those that know the tech and graphics cards, there's going to be a bit of a revolution. Pretty much, this is the turning point. Going back, if you think when NVIDIA introduced the 8800 GTX and the effect that had on the graphics card market, that's actually happening soon in May, June, with the introduction of the new Pascal architecture on their GPUs. AMD, Radeon, are actually going ahead with their own version of it called Polaris. Now, there's not a lot of information about, but indications is there's going to be a shift from GDDR5 RAM to MB Plus RAM. Now AMD were the first ones to tap into that with their release of the Furo Nano, which is in essence, instead of having like 4 gigs, 6 gigs like a 980 Ti has, or 8 gig cards, or 12 gig cards like a Titan, what the new structure will be is called stacked VRAM. So instead of having a huge amount of VRAM and the speed which the GPU can access that RAM is set between anything from, depending on the graphics card, from 128 bits to 512. The difference is going to be a smaller pool of RAM, so like 4 gigs, give or take, but the bus will be around 4,000 bits bus speed. So what that means, the GPU can access that RAM stupidly fast, so it doesn't need a
pretty much
huge
instantly.
pool. So that is the advantage. Now,
God.
AMD with their Nano Fury cards had the first revision of that. They were the leaders. NVIDIA playing catch up, but they're already working on following VRAM architecture. And tech-wise, some of the numbers are coming out. They are saying it's going to be 10 times faster than the current latest graphics cards. Now, if that is the case, we are talking some serious performance enhancement. Also, energy efficiency. So doesn't use a lot of power, so that means doesn't run hotter. That means for us as gamers and PC builders, overclocking headroom is a lot bigger. So that means for, instead of buying the most expensive cards, you can go low mid-range, overclock it, and get performance almost as good as a top high-end card. There isn't no pictures. I've not seen any pictures at all. I've only seen a couple of conferences that was held by NVIDIA representatives, but of course with those conferences they always beef it up. So the end product is never exactly the same. I am interested to see what NVIDIA comes out with. And the reason I say this is a turning point, when NVIDIA brought out the 8800 GTX, it virtually destroyed the current top-end GPUs that was on the market, and the performance enhancement was so massive that the 8800 GTX led, that was the graphics card to have for 5 to 6 years after it was launched. I still have a few, and that's how, for graphics cards to last that long, it's got to be something special, and that's what I think Pascal is. I think is the turning point. NVIDIA brought out, of course, the Titan Z, which is a stupidly expensive card with stupid amount of VRAM. Then the Titan X, the Titan Black, and again they concentrate on lots of VRAM. AMD, they just can't keep up. AMD at the moment are suffering. They are losing money right, left and centre, and people are jumping boats. For example, one of the main key people that was involved in the development of the Zen AMD products jumped ship and joined Tesla to develop their autopilot car processors. So that tells you something. Give you an idea how sinking ship AMD is, and they are pinning their hopes on Zen and Polaris GPUs to save them. Is they were forecasted to lose God knows how many million for the year. They lost that amount on the first quarter in sales, and their market share is dropping. NVIDIA are very aggressive. I don't agree with some of their dirty tactics, but if Polaris fails and Zen fails, that is bad news for us gamers, because AMD Yes, they are the underdogs, but at least there's some competition. If they're out of the market, it will be a monopoly for graphics cards for Nvidia. You don't want that. This is what's happening with Microsoft. Look at Microsoft operating system. You're stuck. This, apart from you've got Lions. Hey, Joe Swaggers. Okay, stream is lagging a bit. Okay.
Shouldn't be.
Probably.
Drop frames 15%.
Okay, so what we could do, if we go into
Back over.
Alt and Tab after that, and go into the.
I'll leave this lobby first.
Don't have to leave the lobby. But, yeah, if you should be able to go across to the second screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go into the settings. Oh.
It's because there's.
All right. Settings.
Where's my cursor? There it is.
And then go into broadcast video.
Broadcast settings or video?
Video. And then drop frames per second down to 50. Let's see if that helps. Probably one of the reasons it's probably lagging, thanks for that George anyway, is I'm using some of the upload speed for folding. I've got 3 rigs at the moment folding as we speak. So that might...
Still sticking at 60, I don't know if I might have to reset.
Did you press apply?
I did.
I'll
go again. Try again. Yeah, it's on 50.
Okay, so yeah, because
it might take time for it to kick in. So.
Well, thanks anyway.
I'm going to take a quick loo break. This side is going to trigger me. I don't want to be long.
Thanks for that. Right, he's disappeared. But yeah, nice to hear from you, Joe. Sorry I've not been online. If you caught some parts of our chat, I have been folding for 3 weeks and using all my computer power to fold. Hence why I'm not being online. But everything should be back to normal next week. I've done all the work that needs to be done. So we should be streaming regularly as per norm. Fridays definitely, Saturdays possibly, Sundays no Sundays. Sunday's family day for me. But yeah, George, you're a PC owner. Get yourself at Folding at Home client and get folding. You got some. I remember you've got a decent setup and decent graphics cards. You should be able to get some good points for the team. So just check Folding at Home for more information. That would be great if you could do that.